People be like, well, if you're not happy, don't be married. Like, you're not going to be happy every day in a marriage. Not every single day. Some days you're going to be like, oh, I want to blow his head off. We're back. Of course, we're the Hale's. I'm Key.
And this is D.
And of course, it's dinner time with the Hale's. So for dinner this time, we having breakfast. So I cooked French toast, eggs, and turkey sausage. And my friend Sandria, hey Sandria, she told me like how to make the French toast. I've never made French toast before. This was really exciting. And of course, we got syrup. You know, nothing expensive. Oh, and our returning guest, fruit punch juice. You want some syrup? Just a little.
Yeah.
It don't need that much. And you guys, because like we don't drink regular milk, I had to make it with like soy milk. I hope it's really good. Take a sip of my juice. You ready, Hans, to talk?
Yeah. You got some questions?
Yeah. So in this video, we're gonna talk about y'all gonna get tired about talking about relationship stuff. But in this video, we're gonna talk about how you know you found the one. So this girl asked me, hey Precious, I was on live, and she was like, oh, you married? Like how did you know? Like, she said she had a whole bunch of questions for me. So the first question she had for me was multiple questions. These were open-ended questions. The first question she asked me was, how did you know like your husband was the one? And I told her I knew my husband was the one because how he can, I'm not gonna say tolerate me, but how he can deal with me. Like everybody I've ever dated before my husband used to tell me like I was too much and all this, and it's true, I can be a lot. So I feel like I knew my husband was the one because not only did he did not mind the tended to my needs as an individual, like his love language was my love language, I can guess per se, you can say that, which is quality time and affection, touch. So that's one thing we really do spend a lot is the time together. And then another reason I knew my husband was the one, because his attentiveness towards me, like he really be paying attention to like the things I don't like. For example, I have eczema. My husband, we ain't had no car yet, and he was not my husband yet. He was just my boyfriend. He walked all the way to Walgreens from my college to get me some black African soap for my eczema. I was like, why you come back with all this soap? And he was like, relax, it's for you. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing ever. I was like, he didn't have to do that. So that's how I knew my husband was the one. Well, one of the reasons I knew he was the one. What about you?
One of the reasons how I knew she was the one, because she sacrificed a lot of time for me. Just doing things, you know, at the time, although we were dating, she was sacrificing stuff so I can be happy. A lot of times, and also she motivated me to be a better person, you know. Because at the time I wasn't really working. I did a little work study, but I wanted to please her, so I would want to work or have extra money to do extra stuff that I wanted to do with her. So I knew she was the one when I first saw her. I was like, I'm gonna make her my wife. So it happened just like that.
Okay, so then the other question the girl asked me was, in what way does my husband motivate me not to be a better woman, but a better wife? And I said, girl, that's a deep question. Now, that right there, that's a question. So I would say, being with my husband, Darian, motivates me to be a better woman by like always trying to stay educated on things and not like let my guard down. So one, to not to bring race into this, but you know, I'm a black woman. So me being a black woman, he holds me to like a higher standard. So he'd be like, well, you can do this, you can do that. That would be like, he sees my goals as his goals. I guess you can say that's how my husband motivates me. He sees my goals as his goals. So like if I say, okay, this is what I want to do, he finds a way to incorporate that into like what he is doing, all our plans in life, which I really like. And that's how, before we was even married, he was doing that. He always has made a plan. Another way he motivates me to be a better wife is always keeping me on my toes. Like always, how can I say this? Because, you know, it's a lot to being a wife. But I guess not being lazy. Like, you can't get, like we said before, you can't get comfortable in this marriage stuff. Because then, you know, your person can be swiped off their feet by somebody else. So, basically, just always trying to stay educated. Trying to be the best educated person I can be. I'm just trying to be the most educated person I can be. And also remaining physically and mentally healthy. I say that he reminds me that, okay, baby, you need to allow yourself to do this so you can rejuvenate and stuff like that. So for you.
How you motivate me?
To be a better husband. Man.
What I could say is that, she pushed me to be who I am today, you know. And as a man, again, it's your job to provide. But I would say, at first, I was very stubborn, but I kind of like listen a lot more. You know, she tell me something, you know. As a man, sometimes it does take a lot to, you know,
put your pride aside.
Like she said, put your pride aside. And so she worked with me, you know, and got me to the point where, you know, she'll, you know, say something and I listen, you know, and, you know, take heed to what she's saying and not just put it aside. So, for example, let's say, for instance, she say, I wanted to get this car, but I wanted to, say for she wanted a family car, but I wanted a sports car. But at the same time, as a man, it takes sacrifice to say, okay, I don't need a sports car. Let's get the family car and we can, you know, maybe fix it up a little bit to where it has a little kick or something, you know, something that, you know, make both of you all happy. So a lot of times it takes sacrifice. She taught me how to make sacrifices a lot better and stuff like that. So damn, thirsty ass.
Oh, it was so good. All right. Question number 2. Well, no, number 3. Don't tell nobody I can't count. I don't have another question right now. You got a question? I'm trying to think. Hold on. All right. Just what I'm going to say. I don't have a question. I have a statement. So, as I stated earlier, when that Darian takes the time, like he would incorporate me in his plans. When someone is into you and likes you, they gonna incorporate you in their plans. It's not gonna be like, I'm gonna do this. No, it's supposed to be like, oh, we gonna do this, or we should do this, or that's how you know they have future plans with you or see you as an important asset in their life and not just something to be done just at the moment in time. Y'all make sure y'all listen to that.
So my thing is, what's the point of asking someone about their goals and aspirations if you're not gonna push them to go to that, you know, level? So, for example, she wants to be a straight A student. So
I've yet to achieve it, y'all. But I've gotten close. Go ahead, hon. Sorry.
So the goal is, pushing her, even if when she don't want to do her homework. My thing is I love going to the movies, of course, we both do. But sometimes it does get a little hard to where you like, dang, I really want to go to the movies, but I gotta do this homework. So we both, hey, how much homework do you have? All right, now let's, put it off and let's focus on schoolwork, because her motivation is becoming Dr. Hale. So for me to be able to help her reach that goal is by making her sacrifice what she loved the most, and that's movies. So that's one example that I can use, that a person see your goals and they put it in their plans to help you reach that goal.
Mm-hmm. All right, I want to touch on this. This kind of off subject and topic, but I would talk about how like people are so afraid of dating or being in a relationship. What's your take on that? Like, why are people so afraid to commit? Everybody just wanna. We just talking. Like, everybody just want to stay in the talking stage, or everybody would just be like, well, I'm not. Everybody want to be in love and have marriage and all this, but not willing to
work for it.
There you go. Everybody just playing with everybody.
I would say previous toxic relationships, and only speaking from a man's perspective, most men don't want to see themselves. Let's say, man, you're a player, right? You don't want to get in that relationship and you fall for somebody and they do you exactly how you were doing everybody else.
Well, karma's real, though.
So, a lot of times people make themselves unavailable or make it hard for other people because they don't want, like you said, karma to come back on them. So, that's probably one perspective. I'm pretty sure there's millions more, but that's the only one I think that's logical.
I think it's because people think relationships are supposed to be easy. And so then, like, when they just hit a little bump in the road, they don't know how to handle it. So, for example, y'all might think our marriage is roses and rainbows and stuff. No, it gets hard. It gets really hard out here. Like, it can be challenging. But, like, people be like, well, if you're not happy, don't be married. Like, you're not going to be happy every day in a marriage. Not every single day. Some days you're going to be like, oh, I want to blow his head off. But that don't mean, like, I don't want to be with him. And that's how I said I knew he was the one. Because I knew I used to get on his nerves. But he stuck around. He ain't find no excuse, like, to be like, well, I don't want to be with you no more. Because, and it was just like, all right, Kiera. Or, like, we just found a way to work it out. So, that's how you know somebody the one. If they can, tolerate ain't the word, but tolerate you. If they can tolerate you every day, they're the one. If they can break their back, if they can go to the moon and back for you, they are the one. It's not going to be easy. And that's what everybody needs to understand. It ain't easy. It's hard out here.
And I think another reason why, like you said, it ain't sunshine and roses all the time. And
people don't know how to handle that.
A lot of people, they always see, for example, a lot of people always see people on social media relationships, see people being happy. A good analogy I always use is, a lot of people, you see the work of the basketball player on the court, but you don't see the hours and hours that they put in to get to where they are. Same with a relationship. You're going to go through some thorns. You're going to go through some kicks or whatever. But you only seeing the finished product of the hours that they put in of getting to know each other. The hours that they put in to spend time together. The hours that they put in to...
Argument.
Yeah, just arguments, you know.
And they're not even really arguments. They're disagreements.
You know, yeah.
They can be arguments sometimes, though.
Just little disagreements, you know. And that's another thing in a relationship. It's not who's right and wrong. It's just the fact that what can you do to meet middle grounds. For example, let's say, for instance, she wanted, again, with the car. She wanted the family car and I wanted the sports car. Okay, again, what can we do to meet in the middle to make both of us happy? So that's pretty much about it, you know, for this week.
I wanted to add also that everybody's a human. So when you're in a relationship, you may know and have an idea of what you want, or like, say, we telling y'all this, but that don't mean we still don't go through the things that we go through.
Mm-hmm.
So you may know what's the right thing to do, but because you are a human and you act off emotions and your personality and so on, whatever may pertain to you acting the way you acting or how the things outcome, y'all gotta remember y'all humans.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's it for this week, you guys, or for today with Dinner with the Hale's.
Mm-hmm.
This breakfast is really good. This French toast was amazing. You like your French toast?
Yeah, it's cool. Straight.
I get that. You're good. What you supposed to say?
I said it's not nasty. It's good.
Oh. I thought he was supposed to be like, it ain't all that. Well, peace, love, and happiness with you guys, and we'll catch y'all on the next video.